So, do you see it?
No foreclosure.
You can get that from RedfinRealtor.com. Any of these, any of the Zillow, all that stuff.
Type residential.
The type, you can always get it whatever that you want. Are you looking for residential or the residential income? So
So what's the subtype? Single family.
yeah, it's either single family. See, it tells you all the time.
Price is any. No. We're going to something we can maybe afford. 400s. 25.
Don't for now, go ahead and any price. And then also the lot size or square footage,
Fixed
any.
square foot.
Any. Mhm.
Lot size any.
Yeah,
Year bill.
And built?
Any.
any
Bedrooms.
bedrooms,
I'm
any.
going for three
Any.
and up.
No, any. Any.
Why,
And
why any?
Here it is, the list date.
View any. List date.
So are you looking active or expired? That's what matters. So if you're looking for expired, here are the dates. 3 days before, or last month, or 3 years, a year ago, all that stuff. Right? So below it, so after the listing date, since we know what we want, right? We know what we want. Also, it says right there, view. Which one do you want? We don't care, right? We don't care. So any. So now you're gonna have to look. I am more interested in it's been reduced. Okay, so I'll put that one, reduce. Also, during weekends, because that's the only time that we have to look,
Open houses only.
because you guys don't have the super key and you guys are not agents. You guys cannot just go in any place anytime without your agent. So now that you're not an agent, you go to the open house, right? Look for open houses. That's the only time that you can get. Also, you can also do that. You can also filter it without even open houses only. You don't have to do that, right? You don't have to filter it that way. By going online and get the MLS number. MLS number, and you have, I gave you access to the
CRM.
matrix. Yeah, CRML, the MLS for me. Matrix. So now you can do two things. Go to ML, get the MLS number, or print it out, or whatever, right? And then give it to me. If like for example, one of the guys, I don't give access to that, right? So what they can do is get the MLS number, send it to me. Text. Isn't that like, it's a no-brainer. Now, what you want to do is that, what's next right here? It says, so you can also go to virtual.
I don't want a virtual, I just want an open house.
No, because virtual, you can actually look at it without even going to it, right? If that's what you want.
Open house type is both.
Hmm?
Open house type is both.
What do you mean both?
Open house type under open houses only.
Yeah, public, it doesn't matter, open house.
Has pool?
We don't want to have pool. No matter what we want, if it's not for us, if it's an investment, and it's for rental,
No pool.
no pool, because that's gonna be a big problem. Pool. So you don't want pool. So now
Has
it asks
HO
you if it's the master bedroom is gonna be on the main floor.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for us. But if we're running a sober living, you don't want it upstairs. You want just one floor, single story. Okay? So we don't put their
No two
just
story
put
houses.
one. Okay? And now HOA, asking HOA, it says any. No, I don't want any HOA. Okay? And then there's that lever right there. You can pull from here, 0, babe. Hello?
Mhm.
The 0, the HOA, 0 to, it says any, right? You already put down no, right? But it's still asking you how much is the least HOA you want. So you pull that lever, pull it all the way to 0. Okay? And then search home. Now it tells you, it gives you all of the numbers of houses. How many houses did you pull out of that filter? Did you check it? How many houses did you get?
I didn't enter a city or zip.
Oh, you're gonna have to put. That's the very first thing you wanna
Current
do.
location, Modesto.
Location, Modesto. Did you get Modesto?
Series.
Okay, so how many? It tells you at the very left side, top. How many? And then you'll see the word list.
Yeah, I see the Northwest. Message is active. I didn't get any houses.
No houses? Yeah, 0. Okay,
And I
so
put
now
500,000.
500,000. That's why I said nothing. The maximum is any, no max. No max. That way, it will give you all the list that's on the MLS right now.
I still didn't get nothing.
What? Let me do it. I'll do Stockton.
Telling you have to put a location.
Yeah, you have to put it. Didn't I just tell you that? Stockton. Okay, the filter is,
Yeah, I find a whole bunch of them everywhere.
I'll do active right now. Residential.
Actually, I didn't get shit.
And put, look, single family residence. And you want multifamily.
I got 0 results. on my
Okay.
filter.
Any price, blah, blah, blah. Any bedrooms, any listing. 7 days, open house. Both. No pool. Blah, blah, blah. Anything, no HOA. Let's see
Maybe
how many
because I have
results.
open houses only. Let me see if without the open houses.
I didn't get it. I didn't get anything either.
So what's wrong with
Because
it?
I put down open houses only. Okay, so let's search right now. Reduce 0.
What's going on?
Reduce in 7 days. Maybe you can.
Before it was working. I didn't put no
I got
reviews.
11 right now. I took the reduced price. So you can sort it by the listing.
I got 4 of them only.
Look, we're trying to get the one that's on the listing the longest, right? Think about it. Isn't that what we're trying to look for? Not the newest, because they just put it on the listing. We want to look for something that's been on the market for the longest. So you would want to put right here, newest to the oldest. So that means this is the newest. That means the very last one, the 11th one, this is the one that's the longest. Okay? So now it's been on the market for 191 days.
That's a long time.
Right. And it's still active and it hasn't closed. What's wrong with it? That's when we come in. We ask the agent what is wrong. Why is it taking so long? And it's still on the market.
I think that their job is to get rid of it so that maybe if people have gum around there, like
No,
Memo
the
said.
agent, see, this is where we come in. Me as an agent, I just go online on the market, MLS, and put the housing on the MLS. That's why they call it on the market, MLS, right? I'm the seller, let's say I'm the seller, and you're the agent. I call you and tell you, put my house on the market. That's why it's on the MLS. And they haven't sold it for 191 days. So that's already 6 months, more than 6 months, right? Because 180 something for 6 months. So now we need to go and ask the agent, what's the story? What's the story behind it? Why you haven't sold it? Okay. Can you give me the information, the seller's information? Why you haven't sold it? Well, maybe there is something wrong.
Maybe it's the neighborhood,
Yeah.
like Memo.
Yeah.
said.
Maybe, something is wrong with the neighbors or whatever. But if we think, if we think that it's a good deal, this is what we come in. If it's a good deal, how do we know it's a good deal? Let's say the house is worth $900,000. And they're selling it, it went down. It keeps going down. Just like my brothers, right? It keeps going down. 191 days, it just keeps going down. Especially the economy now. It just keeps going down. Okay? So maybe that 900,000 before, it went down so many times, it's probably now 550. Oh, first thing we know as a buyer, that's a good deal. It already went down like almost $400,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta think, oh my goodness, it's almost half the price. But remember, before they bought the house, it's probably like in 100K, right? So it went up, the value went up. Now they're selling it at 900K, but it hasn't been sold. It's probably, they're willing to go down right there. The seller is willing to go down because us agents, we cannot just pull the price, the sales price, whatever we want. No, it's always the sellers, okay? We have to do what the seller wants. So now, what do we want to do as the investor? We want to talk to the agent and the seller.
And negotiate.
So ask, is this already like, of course, if they bought it 100,000 before and they selling it right now to 550, do you think it's already been paid? We don't know. We don't know because how many owners already? When the house was sold the very first time, it was 100K, and then the second time somebody sold it. Okay, it went up to 200,000, and then somebody sold it 300,000, and it keeps going up and up and up. Okay, so that means it's either whoever bought the house the last, let's say the person that bought this house now bought it for 700,000, but wanted some money for 900,000, but cannot sell it because of the economy. It went down. This person, the seller, is desperate. That's what we're looking for. Desperate people to get money. And who are those people? The sellers who are desperate with money, who are in need of money. Like I said before, somebody might have died. Somebody that owns this house died and gave it to the family. So the family is selling it for whatever, right? That way they're not gonna, whatever the problem, they don't want any problem, so they're selling it for whatever. So this agent doesn't know that. She doesn't ask question unless we, investor, ask the question. Can we talk? Me, as an agent and an investor, we talk to the agent. Oh, you haven't sold the house for a long time. Why don't we make a deal? Let's talk to the seller. Sell it to us for 300,000. Is that good enough? Let's make an offer. Tell the seller, would you take 300,000 and be the bank for us? We will go ahead and buy the house, but without going through credit. I don't want to go to the bank. You will be the bank, right? So we can make an arrangement. Okay, I'll pay you 300 a month, or 1,000 a month, or whatever, right? But before, if this person says, oh yes, I'll go ahead and finance it. So that's what they call sellers financing. Sellers financing. Okay, so you basically know the story already. So now it's negotiation time. Okay, so when you negotiate, okay, since your agent did not sell your house, I'll give your agent $3,000, just because basically she's the one that is like the finder's fee. Of course, because how did we find that deal? Through the agent, right? Because okay, let's go back. I asked the agent, let's work on it. Let's make a deal. Okay, so we talked to the seller, and the seller says, okay, I'll pay the agent 3,000. I'll give the homeowner maybe 10K to maybe 25K. Walk away. Be my banker though. You will be the one to give me the money in the bank with 3%. Instead of right now, it's going up to 7 to 8%, right? In a regular bank. For any mortgage right now, it's this one, 7 to 8%. And we can talk to this person, the seller, who owns the house already, and we do it for 3%. That's half, more than half. Instead of paying, okay, if we get the house like in 300 or 400,000, maybe our payments will be like 2,500 to 3. Let's just go all the way to 3,500. But because it's 3%, it's half. Let's just make it 1,900. You save a lot of money just by going directly to the seller and make negotiation with the seller 3% because the person owns the house already. Clear title. So now that title, they don't keep the title because we're paying the bank and she is the bank. So the title goes to us in our name. New Hope, right? It goes right there. So we made a lot of money. By how? We're only spending what? 3,000 for the agent, another 25,000 for the owner. Everybody's happy. And we as investor, we're happy. What are we gonna do with the house? That's the next thing. Okay, the house is already sold to us. What are we gonna do with the house? There's so many ways that you want to do. As an investor, look at the situation. Is the house need repairs? If it's yes, what are you gonna do? Fix and flip. Fix and flip. Or we buy and hold. Or rental. All of these, we make money. Okay? We make money. Or before we even talk to, before we even say, okay, can you be my bank? If once we already know what we're gonna do before making plans to that house. Okay, so we already talked to the owner and stuff like that. That process, we are the wholesaler. We are the wholesaler. Oh, I got a deal. Now I can sell that deal to these people. I was the wholesaler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I can go ahead and sell that same house to do the to the fix and flip, to the buy and hold, to the renters. If they wanted to do rental. No, you know the process. So we go always on the market or off market, filter, get the best house,
Deal.
number of days. That's more important. Location. Remember, that's why we always have to check, is it close by the school? Is it close by the park? Is it close by the transportation? Because everybody needs transportation. And sober living doesn't, all those people don't have any transportation. So, and we need to, now, let's say we bought and hold it for rental.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need repair? Does it need this? Does it need that? So if it needs repair, now you need to know the budget. Okay? But let's not go there yet. So we decided that we're gonna hold it and make it as a sober living. So that means it's rental. Okay, so we're making money out of that. Now we go through the offer. So we offer it to the seller, right? So it's already approved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna go on the contract. And then the contract, while we have in the contract, we need the inspector, We need to schedule the inspection. We need the appraisal. Unless all these things, and of course you need the money to give it to the seller. Unless all of these things are done, are good to go, the house will never be ours.
Mm.
Everything must, appraisal. How much is it really is the house? What if they were selling it for 550, right? That's why it keeps going down, right?
And the house is 400.
And the house is actually, let's say 500, right? And they were giving it to us for 550.
Mm-hmm.
The appraisal is not gonna do it. It has to be 550, and it's only 500. No, it's 550. The same thing. If it's 550, but the appraisal is 600, and you don't have the money, the 600, you only have the 500, then that means it's not a go. You don't have enough money.
But he wants 550 instead of 600.
No, I said it is 550. Listen, if it's 550, they want 550, right?
Yeah. And
then the appraisal is 600.
600. They appraised that at 600.
It's
And-
not enough. We need to come up with a 600, not 550. We're still short.
So we have to give him an extra 50,000.
Mhm.
But if it goes the other way around,
It's
the
400.
seller wants
The seller-
550.
The seller made money. Made money. The seller made money out of us. But we don't need to be stupid enough, because we have to. Me as a investor and a agent, I know already the comps, CMA. You know, the market value,
Mhm.
the current market value. That's what it means. Man, it's too hot.
Yeah, we're just gone.
Hmm?
We're just gone. I'm cold.
Oh.
Turned off.
So CMA means here's a house, and then a mile away another house, but then next door is another house. There is no two houses, even if right next door you can see everything is almost the same, right? There's no two houses the same. It's always unique. It's always different. Something is always different. Why? Location, location, location. This house is in this area. This house is in this area. So they will never be the same. The sun shines right here. This one doesn't. You understand? This one has a alley right here. There's an alley that, this is the road.
Mhm.
There's an alley right here. But this one don't.
But they look the same.
They look the same. So that means they're not the same. They look alike, but they're not the same. So the value of this one is different.
Might be worth more because it has an
Mhm.
alley.
Probably not, because the neighbors. I mean, the transportation, everything. So it's never. So if this one is sold 500,000,
Mhm.
this is a mile away from the subject. Okay, so this one, we're the same, so it was just sold yesterday. So I'm gonna put it 500 as well.
Mhm.
No, because you never know what's inside of it.
Yeah.
What if they
He upgraded the
they
house.
added another bathroom or another room, and you didn't, but it looks the same?
So who appraises the houses?
Appraisal.
They come over and it's a guy and he,
The escrow will will order the appraisal. So whatever the appraiser say, that's what's gonna happen. It's not because, oh, I'm the seller, and I said, oh, I want to sell it for 900,000. No. That's why you can see right here, per square footage, it tells you, oh, it's $250 or $300 or whatever per square footage. Okay, so now that everything is already done, right? Money, this is cash buyer. We are cash buyer.
Cash buyer. Now I want to know how.
Okay, I'll show you what's cash buyer, but let's try and get the house, right? So everything is already done. So just like the one that the person that bought the house, my brother's house, she's a cash buyer. Even though it's like 638K, it's cash, doesn't mean it's cash. It's cash, money order or cashier's check, but they have the cash in the bank. So we give the seller the check. You know? Okay, so now everything is in. The processor, the underwriting and everything is done. Don't have to go through approval or anything like that because it's cash buyer. So the title company, the escrow, will just go ahead and check everything. If the title is legit, what's wrong with if there is nothing wrong with the title, then we're good to go. So if you're a cash buyer, we determine when we close. That's why they always say we buy houses, it closes in 7 days or in 3 days or stuff like that. It will work if you're a cash buyer because you're in control. I am a cash buyer. I'm in control whenever I want to buy it, especially if I have the seller to be the bank. Seller's financing. Okay, so if it's seller's financing, what is there to do? So the title company will just go ahead and record the title in my name, in our name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as this one is done, it's been recorded, the house is ours. That's it. That's all you need to know, right? Anything else? Now, you want to go do the bank process?
No.
Huh? It's totally different. Well, it's kind of similar, but it's so different.
She explained it.
Huh?
She explained it. The deputy explained it. FHA and the conventional. That's the process for the bank.
I don't know if she told us. I don't know what you know that I don't know. What was the process?
What's the bank process like?
The bank process is that you get pre-qualified.
Yeah.
That's the very first thing.
Get pre-qualified.
If you're
for whatever the amount they're gonna pre-qualify you for.
Everybody that's not a cash buyer, you're gonna have to go through pre-qualification.
Yeah. A good credit score.
Pre-qualify, right? So now, after you pre-qualify, these are the things that you need.
Mm-hmm.
2 pay stubs and 2-year taxes and 2 months bank statements. 2 months bank statements. Okay? And this one takes 3 days. This is 3 days only, pre-qualification. Now, to get it into the underwriting, it takes 30 to 60 days. Now, we're talking about the bank. Okay, so the bank will have to look at your pay, at your taxes, at your bank statements. Do you have enough money to pay the mortgage? Let's say the mortgage that you're qualified for is $2,000. Do you make enough money to pay the $2,000? That's where your income, that's why they verify your income. And they verify, the reason why they verify your bank statements is because when the loan closes, right? Let's say it closes what's today? I'll say today is October 2nd. And let's go ahead and say November 2nd. It's gonna close on November 2nd, 30 days or whatever, November 1, whatever you call it. That $2,000 mortgage payment, you lost your job in between this time. That means you're no longer qualified. So that's why before the 30 days, they're gonna pull again the same thing. They're gonna pull this one, pull that, they pull it again.
Changed.
Including your credit report.
See if anything changed.
If it changed, like most of the people, they
Buy cars or whatever. after that.
they go and say, hey, I'm buying a house. Oh my God, it's $500,000 and it's really nice. It's brand new, blah, blah, blah. So what they're going to do is that, oh, I'm going to buy me a car. So I would look good. You know, I'm going to buy me a nice swimming pool. I'm going to call the, contractor and I'm going to go ahead and get it done as soon as I move in. Okay? So the credit report, it went down. So let's just say that you didn't lose your job, but your credit report went down. Your credit report went down, so that means your mortgage will probably go to $2,500. Why? Because of your credit report went down. So don't do anything to jeopardize your owning a house. Okay? That's the process. Let's say happens, oh, okay, you already made an offer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you put down $10,000 earnest money deposit. Okay? And that way, they're not going to put it on the market anymore. It's going to be pending. Okay, we did all the pre-qualification and all that. The agent will say, oh, it's now pending. That's why you see it on the MLS, it says pending, right? You usually see that, pending. Okay, inspection. Inspection they found all these things, oh, it's flood area. or earthquake, you know what I mean? Anything, or there's like whatever that you can see. Oh, there's something right underneath the ground, or the house is about to fall apart. Any kind of reasons, you know. So that means when you make an offer, you always have to make sure that this is gonna. It depends if this one's gonna pass. If it passes, I will get. You will not. I mean, the earnest deposit goes towards the down payment. Okay, the $10,000 goes to the down payment. But if something is wrong during the inspection, and you said, well, it didn't pass or whatever, if it doesn't pass, then I'll get the money back. But if you waived it, you're not gonna get that one. The seller will take the whole $10,000. So always be careful. You as a seller, you gotta be careful. See, that's why a lot of pre-approved people, they said, "Oh, I'm gonna. It's already been. I've been pre-approved." No, you're not. That's just a letter. You're only pre-qualified. Pre-approved means it's fully underwritten. Whatever, fully underwritten. Right? Now you understand?
Rest.
There's a lot, right? There's a lot.
No, that's a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn. That's why when you ask me, oh, let's go and make an offer, how would I know? I don't know.
What I was saying is that you should talk to the agent saying, has anybody made an offer yet?
Why would it matter?